皆さん、誰ですか？
Taylor Swift です。
Taylor Swift です。はい、Taylor Swift です。皆さん、マイクル・ジャクソンですか？
いいえ。
いいえ。マイクル・ジャクソンじゃないです。Taylor Swift です。皆さん、Taylor Swift は何が好きですか？ Pointing. 何が好きですか？寿司トレインが好きですか？マックスが好きですか？
Oh, okay. And so that's what's going to be behind it. Sorry, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
That's going to be behind the door.
Guessing.
Cool. See, I'm so excited.
Uber Eats. What's coming for Taylor Swift? So,
That's so clever.
寿
Sushi が好きです。
寿司が好きですか？ステイシーさん、どう思いますか？
寿司が好きです。
寿司が
寿司が好きです。
タイル・スウィフトは寿司が好きです。だから、タイル・スウィフトはマックスが好きじゃないですか？多分。So you can milk that for as long as the interest is there, and ask the kids what they think. You can do a vote on, who thinks what, and count those up of how many students think crackers, how many think sushi, and then the big reveal. I'm sharing this, so you can use this. Taylor Swift は何が好きですか、皆さん
McDonald's が好きです。
好きです。寿司が好きじゃないです。Yeah.
Oh, I love your opening door thing. That's very clever.
Yeah, I love handle that. So again, manipulate that using the circling template. What are some of the other things that you can say? Let's start with so I've given you the note. Taylor Swift は寿司が好きですか？
いいえ。
寿司がないです。Now we need another no.
So we're still using the が好きです right?
Yeah, I think we'll really circle in on that. Yeah.
So I'd say Taylor Swift さんはピザが好きですか？
いいえ。Taylor Swift はピザが好きじゃないです。マックスが好きです。マックスは美味しいです。So, 美味しい also another one with the burger. You can easily put that in with the gesture.
Hungry Jacks が好きですか？
Hungry Jacks が好きですか？いいえ。Hungry Jacks が好きじゃないです。So, again, you can circle that. I'm conscious that most of these are beginners, but younger students, but you could also then switch the verb around and, make it something silly, so with a gesture if you wanted to, or just drill down on these key ones here. But I'm just thinking off the top of my head, if we were to switch a verb, Taylor Swift はマックスを飲みますか？Taylor Swift はマックスが好きです。マックスが好きです。Yeah, so Taylor Swift は嬉しいですか？嬉しいです。どうして？ Why? どうして？
マックスが好きです。
マックスが好きです。だから嬉しいです。Orマックスがあります。You might have one of the processing kids that would like to push themselves a bit further. マックスがあります。マックスが好きです。マックスがあります。Taylor Swift は嬉しいです。So there. Let's try this one. Taylor Swift ですか？
いいえ。
Taylor Swift じゃないです。誰ですか？
The Rock.
The Rock です。The Rock は何が好きですか？
ピザが好きです。
が好きです。
Grilled が好きです。
ジョイさんも Grilled が好きですか？
いいえ。Grilled が好きじゃないです。
ジョイさんは何が好きですか？
寿司が好きです。
So, tapping into the students and asking them as, parallel character to this little narrative. And then again, milk that. The Rock は、嬉しいですか？多分。ピザが好きです。ピザがあります。嬉しいです。Okay, so, all right. And then we move on to lucky last, Margot Robbie. Same thing.
I'm not sure who's that person. I couldn't think of her name.
Barbie des.
Yes.
Yeah, Margot Robbie. So again, choose celebrities that will give big bang for your buck for your students with high interest.
Yes.
I like this Aussie one here, so I popped her in. And じゃあどう思いますか？サブウェイが好きですか？ハングリージャックが好きですか？ボードをしましょ
う。サブウェイが好きです。
サブウェイが好きです。ジョイさんはサブウェイが好きです。
ハングリージャックスが好きです。
マーゴロビーはハングリージャックが好きです。じゃあチェックします。サブウェイが好きです。嬉しいです。
Isn't it funny how the kids are so excited when they guess correctly as well? Like there was a 50-50 chance it took no skill whatsoever, but they are so excited and thrilled when they guess correctly.
Yeah, that's right. I love that buy-in. It's great. Yeah. So that's sort of the input. And again, for 30 minutes, you might only do this for 7 minutes. You can zip through that, but manipulating that as much as you can. The write and discuss is something that I really feel made a big difference in the early literacy project. And I encourage you to have a go if you haven't already, because it's so good for lots of different reasons. But I think for me, the built-in bonus is that it provides language reading material, the text that's perfectly aligned to where your students are at, because they're co-creating this with you. So a write and discuss is where you're asking questions to clarify information about things that you've just talked about. So I've done this. This is one I prepared earlier, but if I was doing it, I would be doing this from scratch with the students. So I might have even your sentence starter like Taylor Swift or Nani ga ski desu ka, and then eliciting the. So again, it's also another opportunity to clarify meaning that they've got, that they understand what we were talking about, and also the language that they've, that they are able to produce with some scaffolding. So Minasan Taylor Swift wa Nani ga ski desu ka, and then maybe wait for a response, and then give them the either or. Sushi train ga ski desu ka, soretomo macas ga ski desu ka. Pretend you can't remember. And then you're asking them, and you'd be writing this up or typing this up as they're saying it. Now, I saw Annabelle posted just recently, I just saw that one where she's giving a demo in her class of a write and discuss, and she says that she also gets the students to write that down in their journal. So I'm not sure what the best way is, whether it's better for them to be sort of focused in on that so that they can see the characters as you're writing them rather than just
looking up and down,
yeah. So I don't know what the right answer there is, but how I've done it is that they're looking before they do their own writing. If they do the writing at all in a 30-minute class, you may not even have time with the book. It takes so long. So I don't think that's probably not the priority. If we're looking at building up their reading fluency, if there's time, for sure, you can get them to write that out. But I think co-creating this text that we can then read and then add to for the following week, and have that ready to go as their shared reading is probably a good use of time. So anyway, here are some suggested sentences here. I'm not sure, there's a bit of kickback there. I'm not sure. Can you hear me still?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay. I'll ignore my other voice. So here's an example of what we might write in the class with the students, and then for the shared reading, then we would co-read this together. And the way that Angie had done that in her class was she's got table groups, so she was making it into a little bit of a reading competition. They're very competitive. Having a go at reading each sentence, and she was giving out coins to for effort and teamwork and that sort of thing. So, but again, just an opportunity for them to read together in solidarity. And then she had some students, individual ones, the ones that were happy to do a bit of showing off, come out and read. And so that's how she did it that way, and that worked well. And then so then after you've got the write and discuss, then the next week you've already got your collaborative shared reading done. And so what I would do after Angie did the write and discuss, then she'd send that to me, and I would then manipulate it with so that it was a longer reading, because the success of cold character reading and this style of literacy approach is that the students, the text needs to be long. It needs to be long so that they can see the characters multiple times in multiple different language configurations, and that it all still be very, very comprehensible and limited. So if I didn't do a count up, but I do like to do that just to check how many times we've repeated the characters and build up of the confidence with the students. Once they keep seeing the same, they're starting to, it's like flashcards on steroids. I like to say that, because I really do think that, they're seeing it in context and they're seeing it in multiple ways. It's got the same effect of building up that memory, but you're also getting it in context in full sentences. So it's, it's extra fabulous. So then this would be the collaborative reading that we would do. And to start with, while they're building up their confidence, it could be, you've got two choices. You're reading along with me when you can, and you're following on. So I'd be pointing to the words as we're reading. And then generally what happens is there is a little bit of a swell because of the repetition, that by the time they get to the bottom, they may not be reading every single word straight up, but they're recognizing those ones because of the extra scaffold with the English words in there. That makes a huge, huge difference. So that is basically the format of the lesson. We'd finish up with an exit ticket, and so they can have a go at creating their own sentence. So nani ga ski desu ka. So it could be Margot Robbie, it could be themselves, sushi ga ski desu, but it might be recycling something from, tell me a sentence that we remember from the what we've talked about. We've used lots of Japanese in our lesson. Give me one sentence. Nani ga ski desu ka, something ga ski desu. And so they're having a go at very scaffolded output, but it's a nice way just to wrap up. And then I just wanted to just show you, this was free write. So Angie, we decided to do just a little bit of backstory in case you're not sure. The grade 3s last year did Bergerman, and so they're now in grade 4. And term 1, we've just been doing lots of setting up routines and that sort of thing. So they haven't actually read Bergerman since the end of term 3. So we wanted to see, what they had acquired, what was, in their long-term memory. So I really like the idea of a free write or a brain dump. And you basically, how it works is, if you're not familiar with it, these are numbers down the side here. It's 10, 20, 30, so that there's an easy count up. And the idea is to, I first did this with Terry Walsh, but I know a lot of CI teachers use this also as a bit of a snapshot of where the students are and the language that they have. And so because it was their very first one, Angie did this one, so it was a whole class one. And basically it was, she said she read a couple of pages of Bergerman. She didn't finish the book, but she reread a few pages of the Bergerman, and then said, okay, let's see what we can remember. So, they remembered, and then what I did, I typed this up and then I put it in ChatGPT and said, give me an analysis of, what this, the growth areas and the strengths in here. So Chat did a good job of that. And as far as, highlighting, there were lots of things like the construction of the sentence is there, and the negation, and, the use of Jyoku Nai. They remembered Henshin. I'm not saying all of them.
I saw that.
Yeah, so Henshin was one that they picked up like that. It was, really. But we were both really, really happy with what they could produce in, like, that's 110 words in 5 minutes. And, this is after 6 months. So what I'm really happy about is that they have that Des Janai, they've got the that really understand the questioning. There's still, we were discussing how, it's still a little bit that gut skid as the gut. Some of the particles are still, they're not completely solid yet, but, subject markers, Bergman, So yeah, we were really happy with that. And so from next week, we will do an individual one and see, to get a bit of an idea of how individuals can, how they go. So I think it'll be a good gauge to have, and as at the start of the year, and then we might do one each term, and just to see so that they can see their growth as well. So for a very good effort, I think it was really good. And the ones that I've done with other classes in different year levels with a little bit more language would be, okay, if we've done a story, or if we've done a calendar talk about something, or talked about a festival using the language that we know, let's just brain dump, because and that's why it's in Romaji and it's not in script, so that we can really we don't have that barrier of, okay, how do I write that character? I know what I want to say, but I don't know the character. So for a snapshot, I think it's really, really worthwhile.